On a recent trip to New York to attend the Wine Advocates A Matter of Taste, which is centered around Spanish wines, I was reminiscing on an amazing visit to Ribera del Duero in the autumn of 2016. We met with Jorge Monzon and Isabel Rodero in the small village of La Águilera, where they showed us their family winery, Dominio del Águila.
Jorge works with an incredible array of very old vineyards, small plots, all in his village, and I think I can say he has probably the best collection of vineyards in Ribera del Duero, which is very impressive. And he makes the wine like it was done before. And before, yeah. People didn't shave their legs.
A little hair.
And it makes the wines very tasty.
At the core of this winery is Jorge Monzon and Isabel Rodero, who are more like two peas in a pod, a husband and wife team that run Dominio del Águila. Jorge is a devoted perfectionist, having worked at the mythical Domaine de la Roma nei Conti, as well as Vega Sicilia. His passion for crafting terroir-driven wines is second to none. Isabel, on the other hand, an architect by trade, is more of a pragmatist and multitasker that keeps things running smoothly, as well as owning a small brewery. This is the face of Dominio del Águila. Located just 10 kilometers north of Aranda del Duero, in the little town of La Águilera, the wines being produced here are unique. Following traditional practices like tending to old vineyards with field blends that are later crushed by foot without added yeast, bottled by hand, and also being certified as ecological wine. While many boast large ornate wineries, Dominio del Águila is simply a small room of approximately 40 square meters, where around 45,000 bottles are filled. The caves were originally hand-carved in the 17th century. They used to be 6 separate cellars that Jorge and Isabel painstakingly bought up from different proprietors and put together. Down here, you can find old concrete tanks from when the caves were built. They've been renovated and are currently being used to age wine. The wines are brought down in barrel to start their long aging process. These caves provide an excellent temperature and humidity year-round. Ribera del Duero, arguably one of Spain's most famous wine-producing regions, is filled with paradoxical differences. You can easily spot high-end luxurious wineries that are centered on agritourism, while churning out hundreds and thousands of bottles, and then there's small traditional family-owned wineries that are barely even on the map. This is just but a tiny detail of a larger trend, where traditional ways start to slowly disappear and give way to modernity. If you're looking towards the future, the past is a treasure trove of lessons. Traditions of past can often be a source of inspiration that, in certain cases, can be a catalyst for reinvigorating changes. Case in point, Dominio del Águila. The real jewels are the vineyards, a collection of over 250 small plots of vines spread out over 66 hectares all over the village of La Águilera.
What happens in the old vineyards is that the grape varieties there's a good blend. There's not 100% Tempranillo vineyard. In the old times, people made the blend in the field, rather than in the winery.
They encompass a wide array of different soil types, elevations, climats, and exposition. Quite Burgundian in nature, Jorge singles out a specific plot of land for a particular wine, a type of Grand Cru selection.
pues Dominio del Águila es un nombre que está inspirado, la primera parte, en el pasado de Jorge, su formación en Francia.
Borgoña, lo normal es llamar a las bodegas domaine. Entonces lo adaptamos al español, con grandes precedentes en la zona con la palabra dominio. Varios viñedos que tenemos están en el término del Águila, es la cuesta del Águila, y el patrón nuestro, que es San Pedro Regalado, parte de su vida mística la hizo en la cuesta del Águila. Es una zona con muchísima energía que nace del santuario.
Clarete is not a rosé, although it is pink in color, but rather a co-fermentation of almost equal parts of both red grapes, in this case tempranillo, and white, albillo. Subsequently, it's aged in barrels as if it were a red wine. Here, Jorge tells us more about Clarete.
Clarete es todo un tributo hacia los antepasados de mi familia. Tanto mi padre como mi madre, pues sus padres hacían vino en la Águilera, y la flor, lo mejor, era el clarete.
Es nuestra cruzada particular para volver a poner el clarete en su sitio dentro de la Ribera del Duero.
But I wanted to bring you this because I think it's very important, because he had to go to Europe to look for the regulations and demonstrate to people in Ribera del Duero that he could make this wine, blending red and white grapes, and it was not forbidden. So it's the first wine that has clarete on the label.
Pues para todos los panameños
Y panameñas,
con nuestro cariño más profundo, porque para nosotros es un honor que gracias a vosotros lleguen nuestros vinos allí, la gente pueda disfrutarlos y apasionarse con ellos, que es nuestro único objetivo cuando hacemos el vino.
es llegar a sitios tan bonitos y tan exóticos para nosotros como Panamá, y que los panameños puedan entender vinos tan sinceros y sencillos, pero al poco normales para el mercado regular como el nuestro, que lo puedan amar, es todo un privilegio.
Es un honor y estamos profundamente agradecidos, de verdad.
¡Viva Panamá!